works so hard and has that name. I do mostly. I mean, I started out singing freestyle pop. Then I was doing more of the dance market music.
Yeah.
Then I have some R&B pop. So I really just consider myself like a really versatile artist. And obviously now for the last 22 years, I've been doing salsa. So I am very fortunate to say that I am just a multi international recording artist.
Yes, and you're the multi-platinum music legend.
Yes, I've been blessed to have platinum gold albums, two Billboard awards, and Grammy, and then now Grammy nomination that I'm hoping for the next 2023 to come up because with the new material that we're working on, we've just recently registered with the Grammy Association with the hopes of possibly getting the album to possibly get nominated from my peers. But I'm super excited about all that.
That's awesome. Okay, let's start from the beginning. You were Grammy nominated pop ballad for "I Still Believe." Tell us all about
Yes. I mean, I was given that song by my manager at the time, Buddy Allen, and it was written by Ananina Armada and Ymir Deodato produced it. He was the producer of the group Cool and the Gang. Uh, he's had so many great hits out there, including Celebrate. But with that being said, when I first heard it, I knew that it was something that I can consider near and dear to my heart because it was really my first heartbreak and going in the studio and recording it, I kind of just was blessed to say that I made it my own. And I was just, not really thinking that it would do what it did because I was just recording just for the love of being able to perform and do what I love. I always wanted to be a singer. And so when I was given that song, I didn't really think of all the things good, fortunate wise that this would, and a path that it would lead me. And I have to say that I was just so young and vulnerable. And when I sang that song, I think I put my heart and soul to it. And I was blessed to have a hit till today. I mean, I'm still performing it everywhere.
Everybody always asks me this question, and I was like, I can't ask you this question, but everybody always says, you know, well, Brenda's backup vocalist was Mariah Carey, and then they ask you, are you still friends? And things
I
like
mean, I like to really just say for the record, I mean, a lot of my interviews that I have, it's always mentioned Mariah, Mariah, Mariah. Mariah and I are very good friends. We've, uh, have a really great relationship. Obviously, we both are doing our own thing, but she's an amazing singer, friend, person, and I wish her always nothing but the best. But I always try to veer
that.
away from that question only
But you
because it
discovered
always
her.
seems to kind of take a turn for not the
No,
worst. But I
yeah, but
like to focus on me. But our relationship for the viewers tonight, we have an amazing relationship and nothing but love for each
and
other.
you actually discovered her. You were the one who discovered her. I
Yeah,
just want to say that for the record because if you didn't give that tape to Tommy
to
Mottola,
Tommy.
yeah, nobody would have known her. Okay,
Right.
okay, let's move on. Here's an
Yes.
important one. Uh, you can say it. No, no boy. I can't even pronounce it because I'm not Spanish.
It's called No lo voy a olvidar, which means I will not forget her or
Okay,
forget.
and that was the on the Latin Billboard.
Yeah, that was one of my bigger albums as well in obviously in the US and South America and Latin billboards. It was also nominated for Premio Lo Nuestro, which is almost like it's a division of like the American Music Awards, but it's
Uh-huh.
considered the Latin Music Awards. So they call them the Premio Lo Nuestro, and then the Premio Lo Grammy is for the Latin Grammys.
And,
So there's different entities. Yeah.
and was that for Sony?
No, that was actually yeah, that was with Plátano Parcha Records. That was with my first label. But then
Oh,
after that, that was an independent. It was a smaller independent label that signed me, and that album just took off. I mean, Herida was one of the songs in the album that went to number one, 17 weeks on the chart for like I think it was like top 20. South America did amazing, and then obviously here in the U.S. and that's where that record got nominated for Premio Los Nuestro. Uh, but
Ah,
I still believe was nominated for the Grammy for the English version.
okay. And then also you had the platinum certified gold, then platinum for RII, correct? Do we just say
Yes,
that?
and then I also had I did the song the Por ese hombre with Victor Manuel and Tito Nieves, and that was off of the Sony album.
Yes.
And that did really well as well. I mean, I traveled all over South America. I got to have the opportunity to grace the stage with such amazing artists like like Tito Nieves and Victor Manuel.
Wow.
Uh, so I mean, that was off of the Sony album.
Okay. What was
And
your,
we won 2 Billboard awards for the Por ese hombre as well.
I see there's a couple of words behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some here and then we have some up in the front of our home in the kind of like the entrance foyer sitting area. So we have like a glass case with a bunch of awards. It's pretty nice.
That's
It's
pretty. That's pretty cool. That's so
yeah.
awesome when you win an award. That must have felt like so amazing just to win an award, to hold an award, to hang it up on a wall and be like, "Oh my God, I
Yeah.
won an award!" You know, like that. That's got to feel like amazing.
I
Uh,
mean, it's amazing recognition, not only from different academies, but more from the fact that you know that you're being recognized not only by the academy, but by the public and by the listeners and your fans, and everyone really contributes to your success. So for me, it's totally recognition, but I think it goes a little further in depth with that because I'm more of a person that I'm a more people person. So just seeing everybody show up to my concerts, the comments, the followers, it really gives me recognition that they're loving what I'm doing. So I think I would put the word secondary. I'm blessed to get them, but the
right,
first priority for me in the music industry, I would definitely say is the love and the just the commitment that my fans have for me, and it
yeah,
just makes me feel humbled that they really still love me, and that no matter how young I started, how old I started, I still get the same amount of love. And I'm getting fans that from kids that are like 13 and 12. My
absolutely.
grandkids go to school and tell their teacher I'm their mom, I'm their grandma. It's so funny because their teachers are like, oh my god, your grandma's famous. And it's just pretty cool. It's
Your
just pretty
birthday is
cool.
actually a month before mine. We're born
Oh,
in.
is it? Are you September?
I'm I'm actually November, but I'm born
Oh,
in the
I'm
same
before
year.
you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the same year. So when
Well,
I
happy
listen,
birthday. It's coming
thank
up
you.
soon.
Happy
You're
birthday
welcome.
to you too. But
Thank you.
gosh, when I listen to your music, I remember I went through. I think it was "I Miss You"
Okay.
when you sang that song. "I Miss You," and I broke up with a boyfriend then. And I remember, and I would listen to it on the radio, and I'm like, oh my God, I broke up, and it was such a, oh, that,
Actually, I
oh,
think you're talking about I Still Believe.
I
That's
still
the one.
believe, yes, I
Yeah.
still
I
believe,
Miss You
yeah,
happens to be a song that I put on the new production.
yes, yes, yes,
But so it has to be maybe you reading through your notes, but
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
I Still Believe. I get that a lot. I get that a
yeah, yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Okay, so moving forward, I have here that I wanted to talk about with you is, oh, when you transitioned into salsa. We were talking about salsa, but you transitioned into salsa. And I saw you perform. Gosh, you are, I don't know how you keep in shape, but you're amazing. You are like,
Thank
I don't
you.
know what you do, but you look
Well, I
great.
eat a lot of pizza, I can tell you that. No, I mean I don't. I mean I during COVID, I had to get someone come to work with me and personally train me just because I was literally just letting myself go. And then when you lose weight, of course, a lot of people are like, oh, they have different, uh, stories on how you lose your weight. But, for me, it took a lot of hard work and determination. Right now, I've been kind of slacking, so because I love my pizza. But when I know that I have something coming up, I usually stay very diligent to my diet. Make sure a lot of fish, a lot of chicken, salad, drink a lot of water. Even though I'm not really a fan of water, which is
I
crazy,
know.
but
I
I
like
know
both,
water really helps.
you know.
Yeah, I know it really helps, but
Yeah.
no, I just
What
and
if,
but rehearsing for my shows. Like now, I have dancers that are going to be working and being part of the full orchestrated shows and some of the live Latin shows, which are
yeah,
live to pista, which means live to track. And then the orchestrated ones are with like the big band. So in rehearsing with them and dancing, I go up and down. So there's times that I feel like I'm in great shape, and then there's times I feel like I just kind of slack off and let myself go and want that cookie at night. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm blessed to say that I'm like my mother. I lose it quick when I need to.
that's good. There's a lot of Zumba instructors out there, and they love to dance to the salsa songs. Is there any, if any Zumba instructors are out there that are listening, would you recommend a song that they could dance and instruct to that you have?
That I have, I mean, I would say Peligroso Amor is really good.
Okay.
Tu Eres is a great song. It
What
has a
else?
lot of swing. It's a song that's so upbeat. Um, I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've got
It's
amazing
amazing.
producers that have given me such phenomenal tracks that I think that there's so many tracks, unless you're dealing with the mid tempo ones. But all the upbeat tracks that I do get are pretty much great to do Zumba to.
Oh, awesome. You've also worked in radio. You had a radio show called Under the Stars, and it was
Yes.
on 102.7, right?
Yep.
And yeah, you're very talented, much talented. You have a lot of talent. And you got together, you took a little break. You were with family like myself, you take a break, you're with family, you try to reorganize a little bit, and then you were with one of your friends. What was his name? John Hollahan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how it all really started was after deciding that I wanted to take a break from the music industry. I was offered a job as a radio host, and for me, I was filling in for a DJ that was, going on maternity leave, and I went to CSB for my degree in, media arts to be, on air and work doing radio, just because I wanted to have something to fall back on. And to
Huh?
be honest, I really loved it. But I started to really continue to record during the day and be an on-air personality in the evenings. So, and it was only on a Sunday night. So it was like Under the Stars with Brendakstarr. That was my Sunday night show. But when she went on maternity leave, I had my own show. I really, really loved it. But I think in the interim of being a DJ, I started feeling, and I was young, so I started kind of feeling like, I really miss being in the eye of the public. I'm playing all these
Yes.
artists' music, and then even listening my stuff, or even in the interim of playing everyone's music, I had callers calling in like, why are you not, singing? Please continue to sing. I said, no, I'm doing both. I love to do both. And I still would love to continue to go into radio. I was on 102.7, Under the Stars with Brenda K. Starr. I also filled in for Rumbo 92, which I got a morning show position for XM radio, Sirius XM. I had the morning show with the Latin station,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
did that for a while. But like I said, I just miss being the singer Brenda K. Starr. So that's why I decided to go back. And John Harlan was actually a very good childhood friend of mine, and he was a CEO of a company. And he decided, he's like, I know you keep doing all this music, and let's have a meeting and we'll talk about possibly working together, which we did. And we decided to go joint venture and open my own label, and we did that together. And we had a great success with the album that you see right here. It's called Atrévete a Olvidarme, and we
Yeah.
did that album, and it was produced by Ricky Gonzalez, who happened to be Mark Anthony's piano player in his band, and he's also an amazing songwriter producer. So he produced 90% of the album. Then I had Rudy Perez on the album as well, who's an amazing producer who has written songs for like Palina Rubia, Enrique Iglesias.
I saw
The
that.
list goes on.
I saw that.
Anyway, it's just, I wanted to sing again. That's why I stopped radio. But that's how me and John got connected. We released the album. And then after a while, the business gets tough.
Yeah.
And, it's a lot of investing money. And people think, oh, no, it's this amount and you'll be a superstar. But it's really not that. You
Mhm.
really have to have the funds to back you up so that you can pay for the promotion. You can pay
Pay
for
for
the
the
videos,
green
pay for the
screen.
production. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
So.
I also work in radio, WFDU 89.1 retro radio. So, I'm there. I took a little break, but I'm going back to what I like to do, which is, interviewing. That's what I love to do. So, I totally get it. When you love and you have your heart and your soul into something, you want to be able to get back into it and get, and you got to, like me, I had to invest back
Right.
into a green screen, and now they have all these other technical things. So absolutely. So you took a short break, and then in 2016, your daughter, right? I heard she was on American Idol. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, she was on American Idol 2015.
Yes.
2012, she was on X Factor. She was top 40 in X Factor.
Oh,
And then she did the audition two years later for American Idol and came out top 10.
wow.
And she continues to write, and she's right now in the middle of finishing a new production.
Okay.
She's working and collaborating with different producers, and we're hoping by 2023 to put out the album. But right now, we're just focusing on getting the video and the new single prepared.
Yes,
Yeah, I
and
have my daughter, that's Gianna Isabella, and then I
yeah.
have my other daughter, Tori Alexis, who's actually does acting and modeling, and who's now has ventured into working into music with a couple of different producers, and her demos and her production team is amazing. So great things from her as well. So I mean, they're just the family just loves the music. So I guess it's
That's
it's
amazing.
in the blood because I
And
got it from my dad.
so your father was the singer. Your father
My
was.
father was actually the founder and the head of the group called the Spiral Staircase. He
Oh,
sings "I Love You More Today Than Yesterday." That was my dad, Harvey K.
that's beautiful. See, every nepotism there, a little nepotism. So,
Yeah.
and how did you and your husband meet?
My husband and I met on a highway. I was in
Really?
traffic on the Jersey Turnpike. I was coming home from a recording session, and it was about 5:30, and we were all in traffic. It was me. I was alone, but there were tons of cars. Everybody was just annoyed by the traffic, and I just kept seeing every lane I was going in. He was behind me, and then at one point he just came alongside me, and he was like, "You're so beautiful." He was throwing me
Oh.
kisses, and I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Can I have your phone number?" And I was like,
That's
no. I
cool.
was like, this guy's weird, but I really thought he was really good looking. So I didn't want to lose the opportunity because, I don't really just go out and date anyone. But there was just something that just caught my attention. And then I saw a cop who pulled someone over. So I pulled behind the cop car. He came behind my car, gave me his number. I had his number for like 6 months. And I finally had a day off, and I called him, and we started chatting, and we started talking via telephone first. We set up a date about like 2 weeks later, a week and a half later, and then my girlfriend followed me to the date.
Oh, wow.
And we were at that time we had the beeper. So we already
Yeah.
put a code like 4773 help or whatever, hello. So she knew I was good when I had sent her the beep. And I never stopped dating him after that. We got engaged
Aw.
within 6 months and married within a year, and together going to be
Aw.
25 years.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful story. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, but back in the day, they had these things that you held and you wrote down, like maybe your phone number, and you went like this, and then it would change with a piece of paper. And
Oh, really?
yeah, it was a long, it was a while ago. I think I was like maybe 8 or 9, and my dad used to have it, and he would be like, slow down, and it would flip another piece of paper or whatever. I don't know. It was something a while ago. Anyway,
I
we'll
don't
go
remember
back
that.
here. Okay, you have here we have, hold on. Oh, 2021, you got the new production, I Miss You. I listened to the song and it is just, I'm going to tell you, I love it. It is just
Thank
fabulous.
you.
It's so, it is so like today. And it's so like it's meant for radio. Is that from UMG, Universal Music Group?
No, actually, it's not. I mean, unless the writers are affiliated with Universal Music Group. I actually just really had a connection with that song, "I Miss You." My older brother used to love it, and I had the opportunity to work with the group Climax in Miami Beach for a big beach party with me, Gloria Estefan, Cool and the
Oh, yeah.
Gang, a bunch of other artists,
That's
including.
where I heard. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm like, that's where I heard the song. Okay, now
Yeah,
it's
so it was out a long time ago.
right, right.
So I just I don't know, I just woke up one day and I was just in my house cleaning and I put on the radio and the song "I Miss You" came on. And I was like, "Oh my God, I haven't heard the song in so long." And I just started singing it and I just kind of felt like this rush and I was like, "I need to record this song." And it reminds me of my brother because he loved it. So I went to my producer, his studio. I called him. I said, "Let's get together." His name is Gomi, and we did "I Miss You." And I had Bernie Stevenson uh, do the production in as a ballad, and
Okay.
Gomi did it as a dance mix. So I can have a variety of different mixes, and I would be able to touch both genres, dance as well as adult contemporary pop.
Oh, wow.
Um, I recorded it. I did a video in Miami, and I have to tell you, I love "I Still Believe" and it'll always be one of my favorite ballads. But I feel like "I Still Believe" and "I Miss You" are neck and neck. And I don't feel like "I Miss You" got the push that it deserved via the companies that were working, side by side with me. So for now, I have, been waiting to re-release it and
Okay.
do a remix on it and actually put more promotion behind it because I really don't feel like I feel like the life of "I Miss You" has not been exposed to everyone that I want to hear it. So with that being said, I just recorded it in salsa, and my plans are to, just put more push behind it in the upcoming year. So I'm excited about that. I got a new Latin record coming out as well. So
Ooh, what's
I'm
that
working
one?
hard.
What's the new Latin record? Do we?
It's a song called Quédate, which we were initially going to be releasing it in the middle end of October. But
Uh-huh.
unfortunately, because of Christmas coming in Puerto Rico, a lot of holidays, including Three Kings Days, get celebrated. So they kind of don't give as much attention to the music that's coming out because everything on radio, as you know, as a personality, has to be geared towards the holiday season. So I held off on the release date. So the release date is going to now be the end of December, first week of January. And then we are going to be releasing Feliz Navidad and All I Want for Christmas Is You in Spanish. So that'll
Um,
be my two Latin Christmas songs. And then I'll
can-
be releasing Christmas Bells Are Ringing in English as well as Mary
oh,
Did You Know?
oh, that's beautiful. I can't wait to hear it. I'm excited.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to listen to Brenda's music, not only can you go on to her website, which is brendakstarr.com, but you can also
Hmm.
check out her YouTube and subscribe, right?
Yeah,
And
you can subscribe to BrendaKStarr.com. I'm also official Brenda K Star on the Instagram.
okay.
Um, I actually just reopened this page because there were so many other pages that were being hacked. So
Mhm.
I'm literally working on building this page. Thank God we're close to 30,000 now. We have another one that has 100 and something thousand followers, but we have to renew it. And with that being said, all the fans that are following me on that page, please come over to the official on Instagram, and then you can get me at www.brendakstarr.com if you want to be part of the fan club as well.
Thank you. Okay, two more questions. One
Okay.
is, how did you get the name Brenda K Star? Because I know that's your stage name. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Just because obviously my first name is Brenda,
Yeah.
but K was actually the first initial of my last name, which is Kaplan.
Okay.
Um, and my mother used to always say I was a superstar. So
Ah,
I used to
love
sing on
it.
the tables, and it's just ironic because I used to be in a breakdance group, and I used to sing, and they used to call me Brendakstarr. So I said my mother called me Starr, so I'm gonna put it all together, and that's how I got Brendakstarr, and I just kept it and
And it's stuck.
legally changed it, so it's Brendakstarr, and then my married name.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, what
Yeah.
if your fans? Okay, here's a question. What would you like, or hold on, your fans,
Okay.
if there was something that your fans, where am I going with this? What would you like? What would your fans? Okay, hold on a second.
It's okay.
If there's something that your fans don't know about you already, what would you like them to know about you now? Does that make sense? No,
Yeah, it does make sense.
that doesn't make
What
sense.
they don't know about me that I would want them to know about me now at this
Yeah,
on this
thank you.
interview, just
Thank you.
basically something
Yeah,
that I have never shared.
yeah.
Um, that I'm I'm a very emotional person, and I feel like if I'm not doing what I love, I feel very off. So I'm the kind of person that I become insecure. So for me, my music is my solace, and without it, I just feel so lost. And a lot of people think that I'm this figure that does all these photos and sings in front of everyone, and I must walk around with this big ego and this persona that I'm a superstar, when all actuality, I'm very like everybody out there. Every woman, every, I don't know, men may probably face it as well. I'm I'm very insecure, and I'm a shy person to an extent, but when I get on the stage, I feel like I just become something different. So I guess I would want them to know that I'm the type of person that if I'm not doing my music or doing what I love, I become very lost and insecure. I do this to feel secure. It's
You're,
my
yeah,
security blanket.
yeah, you're very,
I love it.
you're
This
very
this is really
humble.
all I know. So I think I would just let my fans know that I'm a type of person that is, if I'm not doing what I love, I'm lost.
That's
And
how
no one
I
ever knows. No one has ever known that, but
feel.
it's the truth. I
But
love it.
yeah, you sound a little bit like me in a sense, because I feel the same way. When I don't do what I love to do, I it's there,
I
I'm
think everybody it feels that way too, because I think not doing what you love gives you a really bad sense of like anxiety, your levels of feeling secure, like you're someone in your everyday life. And if you do something that really can enhance how you feel about
right,
yourself, it's
exactly,
it's important because it's almost like nurturing your soul. So I'm the kind
exactly.
of person, if I'm not doing my music, I'm not nurturing my soul. So
Okay.
all the love and attention I get from the fans just helps me become so much more secure, because in all actuality, I'm very insecure, no matter how sexy or over the top you may think I am. When I'm on stage, it's an alter ego, but it's where I love to be.
We're always, you could say you're in your own magical circle when you're on
Yeah.
stage. You feel
I'm in my
protected.
own world.
Yep, in your own world. Okay, so lastly, again, we can find Brenda K. Starr on www.brendakstarr.com. You can also find her on her Instagram
Yeah.
and
The
Facebook.
Instagram is official Brenda K Star.
Okay,
Official Brenda K Star.
official Brenda K. Starr. I want to
Right.
thank you so much. Is there anything
And
else you'd like?
TikTok as well. You can get me at TikTok Brenda K Star.
Oh, I love that. And would there
Yes.
anything else you would like to add to the interview here?
No, just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the opportunity as
Thank
well. Thank you
you.
to Steve Kahn for reaching out for this to make this happen. But
Thank
more than
you.
that, just to wish my fans a very happy Thanksgiving and Christmas to come, the Christmas holidays, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, etc. But happy holidays to everyone. I will be also putting downloads for the Brenda K Star Christmas Spectacular, and you can download it and watch. It's a family friendly Christmas show that I produced along with Tyler. And it's all music and fun. And it's going to be up for downloads very soon, as well as all the Christmas songs. And I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday, and thank you so much for tuning in and for this
Thank
beautiful
you.
opportunity.
And thank you so much for being on. You're such a beautiful, wonderful, inspirational
Thank
person.
you. I
I
appreciate
really
you.
enjoyed. You're so down to earth. You're so real, and I love that. I love that. I wish you continued success. Beautiful person. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
that.
Thank you. Take care.
All the best to everybody.
Bye
Have a
bye. Thank
wonderful
you.
holiday.
You too, and we'll talk to you again soon. We'll catch up again soon. Thank you.
Sounds great.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.